A well-liked ukulele brand this week that's gone through something of a reboot. Keep watching to find out more. Yeah, welcome back. It's GotAUkulele review day. As ever, the full summary video review. The summary video review to the full written review that is linked below all of these reviews. You'll find the links below these videos. Some more links down there where you can do what these people have done, which is help me out with donations to the site, buy me a metaphorical beer, that all go back into bringing more stuff for you. It's the only reason I can keep going, because I don't get paid by the brands to do this. That would be wrong. That would just be advertising, and I don't do that. So thank you very much to these people. You are the lifeblood of keeping GotAUkulele going. It's much appreciated. And you can help me out every week, as I say. Hit that subscribe button, get my subscriber count up. I want a YouTube award on the shelf behind me there. There we are. Yeah, thanks very much. Hit the bell symbol. You'll get new notifications and stuff coming your way. This brand I've looked at many times before, right from their inception. The brand is called Noah, a British brand set up by Matt Cohen in Brighton, who used to live in Vietnam and built up contacts with luthiers over there, and uses them to have instruments made, handmade by luthiers in Vietnam, to his specs under the Noah brand, the name of his son, which I think is lovely as well. And what I've really liked about Noah is that right from the beginning, they listen to criticism. They're constantly improving and improving, and each one I've looked at over the years, the scores have got higher and higher and higher, because he's listening, he's changing things. I don't often do a lot of reboots of the same instruments, but back in 2017 I looked at their Mahogany Soprano, did pretty well, but I had a few criticisms of it, and he told me they'd rebooted it for 2024. And when I heard about the changes he'd made, I figured they were substantial enough to warrant a fresh review. So this is the brand new, not yet available, I don't think, not on the website, 2024 Mahogany Soprano by Noah. And it looks like a Mahogany Soprano, and you're thinking, well, what's different? Well, let's get into the differences. There's quite a few of them. All solid mahogany wood, two pieces on the top, back and sides. It's interesting mahogany as well, isn't it? Nice sort of little bits of curl and detailing in here. Nicely book matched. Very nicely book matched on the back. I love that angular join. But actually the instrument is slightly different. It's got a skinnier waist. It's a much more trad looking soprano. Nod on that, I believe, goes to ukulele performer, writer, songwriter Matt Hicks, who's a Noah artist, who advised Matt on getting it a bit more trad. Matt loves his sopranos like I do. So it looks like a standard double bass soprano, but it's quite a bit skinnier here than the original. And it's also, I think, a little bit shallower top to back. Don't quote me on that. But it's just a lighter build all round. I like these woods. I like these woods a lot. The bridge is a tie bar made from that Vietnamese hardwood that I never used to want to pronounce, but I was spoken to someone who speaks Vietnamese. I think it's pronounced, sorry about this, Matt, Gogomak, and it means honeywood is a kind of literal translation, which is lovely, honeywood. Gone are the glossed bridges that Noah used to put on. This is just now finished, naturally oil rubbed, very tidy, tie bar style, fitted with a bone straight topped saddle. The decoration changes from the original, whilst we still have this maple edge binding with black purfling strip around the top. Out goes what I don't like, which is the abalone soundhole ring, and now we have this herringbone wooden inlaid finish. I really like that. I think that just gives the whole thing a much classier, traditional soprano look. I love mahogany sopranos, Matt knows that. Finished in the same sort of satin that I can't find any flaw with, very, very good quality. What I will say, and what I've always said about Noah's, is that sometimes some of their detailing on it's all handmade, so sometimes some of their detailing on the purfling and stuff can be a little bit scruffy. Never really bothers me, reminds me that they're handmade. This one, though, is about the tidiest Noah I think I've seen, so they are really getting better and better each time, as I said in the introduction. This is very, very tidy. Inside, very neat, tidy, little braces, back strip holding the pieces together, notched linings, nice thin top. It's a nice little diminutive little soprano. The neck wood changes on this one. On the original it was mahogany. This is maple. And I love that contrast. It's in 2 pieces, and whilst the heel joint is pretty obvious, it's no joint up at the headstock, and I can't show you in the light because it's so pale. But I love this grain stripe that runs all the way up through the headstock. It's lovely, isn't it? So that's nice. That's finished in satin too. And then a big tick in the box for me. For my hands, out goes the skinny nut. We are now 37mm at the nut with 30mm from G2A. A nice, roomy, kind of Hawaiian style soprano nut width. Yes, yes, yes. Profile's a bit rounded, but a little bit squashed on the back. Really comfortable. More of that honeywood, gogomat, hardwood for the fingerboard. Again, 1 or 2 tooling marks. You can see it would be wrong of me to avoid pointing them out. And you get this on a lot of Noahs because they are handmade by a luthier, not by a factory or a robot. You know, that's been hand carved and finished. But it's very dark. It's very nice and oiled in finish, like that. It also feels like it's a little bit rolled down the edges, chamfered off. So that's a nice touch. 17 frets with 12 to the body, very traditionally soprano. The dressing on these is as good as I've seen. This is the best dressed frets I've seen on a Noah. Very traditional soprano, position dots facing out, 5, 7 and 10. The original didn't have side dots, now it does. There's another plus. Up to the usual Noah shaped headstock. I love this layer cake effect now that you get with this paler maple for the neck. That's really nice. No logo inlaid in pearl. As you can see it's been hand done. It's not perfect, but I kind of like that, kind of rustic and real. And there's the big change. On the original of these, they had parts been sealed guitar tuners on a soprano. I know this is very subjective and a lot of people don't like friction pegs, but these are clearly good friction pegs with metal collars and metal workings rather than plastic on plastic sort of stuff. So they're not poor quality friction pegs, and I've used them. They work well. They just look so much better on a little soprano without the ears. That, I know it's subjective, but that's a big tick for me. And for many soprano diehards that I know, that will be a tick for them as well. I know people who are soprano diehards, like Matt Hicks, who would get a soprano with gears, take them off and put friction pegs on them. They dislike friction pegs on a soprano that much. So that's a real positive. Comes with a choice of 2 sets of strings, Martin M600 fluorocarbons, which is what's on this, or Aquila. You get the usual Noah padded gig bag, unbranded, it's just a padded gig bag, but they're half decent. And the only thing I've got a quibble with is this came with a strap button on it. I'm not going to get into the whole war about straps. You want to use a strap, use a strap. On a soprano, do you need a strap? I hope that's an option, Matt, because I wouldn't order this with a strap button fitted, and I don't want to leave a hole. I don't want a strap button on a soprano. Little thing. The price, $239. That's not a lot of money. Luthier built, solid wood, all solid wood soprano with decoration. Really nice finishing, and a bag. $239 is not a lot of money. I think when they first did these back in 2017, so years ago, they were about 190. So yeah, things have gone up, but it hasn't gone up ridiculously. I think that's a very good price. $239. Dead light, really light. 460 grams, balances absolutely wonderfully in my hands. One thing I will say, Matt, about the strings. I like Martin M600 fluorocarbons, but these feel a little bit flabby to me. The tension I would like to be higher. So I think a different string gauge might be worth experimenting with. That's not a criticism. It's not affecting the score. It's just purely a subjective feel thing on my hands. So let's have a tune up. I said these are good friction pegs. They are. They're dead smooth. People have this misconception that it's all jerky. Yeah, cheap ones are jerky. These aren't. I can quite smoothly turn these micro amounts. And we're in tune at the G. Okay, so that string tension aside, which as I say isn't a criticism. punch, bark, canon, soprano. Real punch, real drive. Nice sustain too. The whole thing is kind of shimmering in my hat. That's still going. There. Nice sustain. Soprano, so it's, even though it's mahogany, it's that brighter tone. Very clear. Peppy, bouncy, jangly, zippy, zingy, all of those things I like in a soprano. Dead rhythmical, dead rhythmical. Can I tell the difference to the original? Not hugely. I give it the same score. Oh, let's check the tuning. It's just a nice tone. Sorry, my E was going out. This has not been with me. It's been with me for days. It's quite warm though, actually, when you play it like that. Nice. Yeah, I like that. That's what I want from a soprano. That's a mahogany soprano sound. It's clear, it's punchy, it's direct. There is warmth, there is brightness, but it's very much that rhythmical, peppy staccato instrument. But there is more warmth there. I'm tuning going out again. A reboot that was worth it. I didn't dislike the original, and it got a good score. But look, let's just, gloss has gone from the bridge. That's a minor point. I just thought it was weird. I like the swap from abalone to the herringbone wood. I love that maple neck. The tuners. Personal choice, yes, I know. Just making it looks so much better. But the roomy nut, skinny little body, much nicer to play than those little tiny narrow nut sopranos. The 2024 reboot, Noah Mahogany Soprano, 239 quid, including UK shipping, and he will ship worldwide. Whenever I review a Noah instrument, Americans come on and put comments going, oh, does he do America? Yes, he does, but you need to contact him to get a price. That's fair enough, isn't it? 239, including shipping within the UK. You get all Noah's direct from Matt at the store, and he's a very nice chap. I think that's a great price, and I think it's a great little soprano. If you like me, like my little mahogany trad sopranos, this is right up there. I would be looking at this, even if you're looking at things like Kaweas that cost you considerably more. That's a very nice, accomplished little instrument that punches far closer to the 700 quid Kaweas than the 239 price would suggest. I am really rambling. Noah Soprano, thank you, Matt, for the loan. Appreciated looking at that. Thank you very much for watching and your ongoing support. Back next week, got loads and loads and loads. I've got Luthia stuff coming. I've got Amazon stuff coming. I've got some really nice things coming. All sorts coming. I'm back next week. I don't know which one it is because it depends on what arrives in the post next week. But I'm back next week. Enjoy your week ahead. Take care. Look after each other, and I will see you very soon. Bye-bye.